Again, I already cooked the pasta, and I chose the mini lasagna noodles. You can use whatever pasta you like. I just thought this would be kind of different. And it's just, you know, fun little shapes, little roughly shapes. Let's see if I can get that off there. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see it? Just little cute little tiny little lasagna shapes. Like I said, you could use whatever shapes you wanted. Let's see if we can get this started here. Is this going to make you crazy if I start this here, Matt? Okay. All right. On this one, we've got our pasta cooked. We're going to go ahead and, whoops, I better cut, whoops, turn that back on, turn that off for a minute. We'll cut up our onion. Bring our board back over here. Now you can cut, I didn't put a specific way to cut the onion, because you can cut, if you'd prefer slices or rather than a dice. Sometimes you have to dice things to hide them. But if you really like onion and you just wanted to leave it in long pieces, that's fine. Oops. Okay. That sounds good there. We'll get this diced up a little bit. And we've got with this, we're going to try some spinach. Spinach is very high in vitamin C or vitamin A or all sorts of little good vitamins. And I think this is one way to incorporate spinach into your menu without going, we're having spinach tonight, because we don't want to say things like that. I try to get it in wherever I can without using those we're having spinach tonight words, because that immediately turns everybody off. Okay, we're going to get our, let's see, onion on. Got that. There's our olive oil. We'll let that heat up. We're going to get our onions and our mushrooms in there. And I just chose the sliced mushrooms, so we don't have to do anything with them. All right, we'll get our onion in here. And our mushroom. We're in good shape tonight. Okay, got that going. We're going to let this cook a little bit, and then we're going to, oh, and this was fun today. This spinach, it's a 6-ounce bag, and you think, that's not a whole lot of spinach. Wait till I open it. And you wonder, how am I going to get all that spinach in that pan? Although tonight I had to use a bigger pan because it was a little bit touchy this afternoon. Okay. That's a lot of spinach. I was like, whoa. I didn't realize that it really held that much. Okay. And it says to chop it. And all I did was, I just gave it a rough chop all the way down. And it's just to break it up a little bit. Kind of got away from me. We got our spinach going on. We'll get that in there when we're ready. Our spinach or vegetable broth, which is, here's a cup of vegetable broth. We'll get ready to add that into our mushrooms and onions, our minced garlic that we buy in the jar, and our salt and pepper, okay, and our beans. I think I would use the fresh with it. Frozen spinach is good for a lot of things, like frozen spinach would be perfect in the shells, but you have to squeeze it and squeeze it and squeeze it. So you buy a box like this and you get like a little handful of stuff. But it's very good for the shells. For this, I think you would want to just use the fresh, because there would be so much moisture with the frozen that you couldn't ever, unless you squeezed it and squeezed it and squeezed it, and it's like, I don't think that's a bad thing, but you have to sort of judge the time that you need to squeeze on spinach with the time that you have to do your cooking. So, but the frozen spinach, I think, is an excellent product for things. You can, you know, put that in lasagna, or like I said, it would be perfect in the shells, because you know, you got all that moisture out there, and it's just a little green, in all that ricotta. Okay, that looks really good. We will go ahead and we will add our spinach to that. Right, spinach, our vegetable broth, our garlic, and our salt and pepper.
Did you use the chicken broth on that also?
I use the vegetable broth because we're keeping it all sort of vegetarian. So I use the same, and I use the organic only because since I needed so much. This is the only kind that comes in the box. You can buy the vegetarian broth in a can. Swanson also carries it in the can. So if you're only needed, you know, just a little bit, just go ahead and get the cans. Box is nice though. Okay, we got that. We're going to go ahead and add our beans. Now I did rinse these and drain these and put them back in the can exactly how they were. We're going to do this is all done here. We are going to get our pasta in here in one lump. There we go. I know. And I have to say, he wasn't always like that. I don't know what happened to him. Because he used to eat vegetables and scrambled eggs for dinner, and I don't know. Okay. That's all. That's as long as I can hold that up. All right, so there's our, what is this called? Pasta with beans and greens. We're going to put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on this. I can open the bag. There we go. Sprinkle that because we like a lot of cheese. It does. It's not, even with the pot when we were cooking the mushrooms and onions and the spinach, it did look a little bit overpowering. But when you get the pasta in there, So that is our pasta with beans and greens.